Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream, to our Thursday night stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Deadly Premonition. Did I apply that fan patch for the resolution? No, I did not, but I figure I'm not going to be streaming at that resolution anyway, so right now that shouldn't matter too much. I'm not even playing at full screen. But anyway, so this is Deadly Premonition. This is a game that was released on the, this is actually a game by another game that I played. Nope. Something's wrong with my mouse cursor here. Something is still wrong. Okay. So anyway, this game was originally on the Xbox, I believe, and it was made by the same people as another game I played on my stream, that is Spy Fiction. It is, it has a lot of the quirkiness that was in that game. This is a re-release. This is the director's cut on the PC, and it's a port of the game that has some new features and new scenes that were cut from the original game. There are some add-ons as well that were not in the like, for example, you actually can have the ability to buy a house or something. That wasn't in the original game at all. There are also some new suits that you can have from the start. And if you've, yeah, these are just things that you can have equipped. What even is that? I don't know. I kind of like it though. I think we're gonna have to go really classy and go with the espresso suit. Chibi Chibi Bang Bang is possibly the best name for a car I have ever heard. So we're gonna go with that. And we have these. Let's just go with their regular outfit. And we can also equip a new coat for the Raincoat Killer, but I'm not going to do that. Anyway, that's just some new stuff that was added for this version of the game. And there's a bunch of other new stuff as well, but we'll see that in right as we start up the game. So, anyway, I guess that's it for this menu. Just kind of taking in this song. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin. Hope it doesn't keep...
I want to hear another story.
Yes, of course. You've been waiting a long time for this, so how about a special one? This story is very strange and very nasty, but somewhat nostalgic. Do you think you can be a good girl and listen all the way to the end?
Is it a scary story?
It might be, but it's also a very important story. If you don't want to hear it, I can tell you a different story.
No, I want to hear it. This way, I won't be scared.
Will you turn on the TV then? Leave the sound down like always. Now, listen. This is important. At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist. Even if it means losing someone that you love.
I would think that would be anyone's expression. So we can move York just a little bit during this, before we press W or any of those things. I just like making his shoulders wiggle. Anyway, and my mouse cursor is going to be in the middle of the screen for all this time. I don't know if you can see that. I hope not. I'll just deal with it if you can't. So, creepy angel kids in a giant red forest area. Alright.
Could you wait just a little longer?
This won't take long.
So whereas spy fiction sounded awkward in a really campy way, that was just really ridiculous, and everything felt off about it, but it didn't really feel that creepy, this game just maximizes on the creepy aspect of that. Oh, this clock, you can't see it because of the camera. No. This clock is not working correctly, it would seem. I don't see a lot of clocks doing that. Alright. Washington State. Oh, there's more than just Washington. Well, none of them say Washington State. But, there's more than just that, it seems. And that was the one that caught York's attention, apparently. Oh, you can see the cursor? That's not good. I thought you guys couldn't see that. You know what I can do, though? I can make it so that I can see it, but you can't. Just really annoying that I can see it. It's not supposed to do that, but the game is doing that, apparently. Anyway, you probably can't see my mouse cursor now. Ah, Francis York Morgan. We can, I'll just add it to my collection. Apparently, there are trading cards of just everything in this game. And you can just collect them. I don't think they do anything. Oh yeah, they do actually have something that they do. Much later.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It will start soon.
It's about time to get started.
Okay, now maybe I fixed the mouse cursor.
Zach, can you hear me? It's me, York. If you can hear my voice, could you respond?
So, there are times when he talks to Zach, and you have the choice to answer. If you just let the time run out.
Zach.
Zach doesn't respond.
Can you hear me?
Implies that we are
If
Zach
you can hear
somehow.
me, say something. Zach. Good. I thought you went to sleep. Zach, don't be surprised. The crime took place out in the country this time. Let's take it slow. Okay, Zach?
Sure, that's one way of looking at it, but it's totally wrong. Listen, they both need each other. It's called interdependency, and they both know it. Yeah, I know. He does terrible things to Tom. Nasty, even sadistic things. But that's fine, as long as that's what Tom wants. Think of it. His actions. He's always asking for it. It's his partner's job to fulfill that need, and Jerry knows that. Proof? Well, in the Tom and Jerry show, they live with each other. Hello? Hello?
I can't believe the Bureau still can't get me a satellite phone.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
Well, I'll be a happy camper, even if it ends up being a waste of time. At the very least, it'll get me out of the cramped city for a while. Right, Zach? The perpetrator from the last case really was something. Who'd have thought there'd be razors laced into her nails? Crazy. Just crazy. Well, at least I now have a scar to show off. See this? I got this when I arrested the Catwoman wannabe. Women. They're crazy. Don't you agree, Zach? Zach, there goes the civilized world.
So, through clearly no fault of our own, as our driving abilities are amazing, that man in a raincoat caused us to careen off of the road, and we encounter our first challenge of the game, which is squirrel monkeys. No, not really. Wow, a lot of destruction. Totally that raincoat man's fault. All of it. And we get a steel pipe. So the first weapon we pick up in the game anyway. The controls for this are kind of odd. You have to hold space. You gotta hold space, and then you can click to attack. He has kind of a wind-up on his swing. It's not bad once you get used to it, but it does take a little bit of getting used to. Little hidden thing over here, just a first aid kit. Better than pressing tab to not punch your father? I may do that game at some point and show off how pressing tab makes you not punch your father. That's Fable for anyone who's confused. We'll probably take a look at that game at some point. I don't know why I'm wasting my steel pipe here. We can run. hearing those strange sounds has caused York to have to contemplate his life and everything that's going on. Who knows what's going on in York's mind right now? What could he possibly be thinking about as he closes his eyes, possibly daydreaming about another reality? Yeah, we can press E to actually make things happen.
Looks like we're being welcomed. Zach, I'll let you handle the meet and greet.
I love when games just have that moment where that character really wants you to do something, and they just do something really awkward to just... They just kind of stand there, but they do something really awkward if you just don't press anything. It just makes it amazing. I like that. Which I realize this is entirely just my shenanigans and not anything, any fault of the game's. So, I wanted to take a look at this game. I don't know if I'm going to play through the whole thing, or if I'm just going to play through a bit. Those are some worrying sounds. I don't know how much of that you can hear. There's...
Huh?
Aw, poor dog. Not dog. But yeah, so York has a tendency to talk to Zach. But who could Zach be? And is Zach all in his mind? Yeah, the clouds do move really fast. Huh? We saw some kind of zombie lady go in here, but there's nothing. But there are pickles. We can take the pickles. Oh yeah, that's right. They did get rid of hard mode in this version of the game, so you have to be playing it on either easy or normal. I think I thought it was easy mode, but I could be wrong. So, this is how you fight. You draw your weapon with space, and you can lock on with left control, and you can shoot with left click. And enemies die really fast, because this is easy mode. Because there isn't anything other than easy mode in this version. Don't even have to worry about headshots, although you do get extra money for headshots. I forgot about that. You get money. Agent Honor, which translates to money. Yeah. If you shoot enemies in the head. Which is admittedly a bit harder because the radius, or the area that you can aim with the gun without having to scroll the screen is a lot tighter than it was on the Xbox version. Alright.
I've been through a lot of crazy situations, but that one takes the cake. It's the first time I've been attacked so directly. Zach, can you give me a logical explanation about what that was? Never mind, don't answer. Life is fun because of the mysteries. Right, Zach?
Alright. So... Oh, and we got lollipops. I think this might have the endless lollipops. Yes, we can just get lots of lollipops. In case we get hungry. And you might think that's a joke, but you can get hungry in this game. We save our game at phones. This one was ringing for some reason. I guess just to draw our attention. And the power goes off here as well. Those well, we were talking like people talk in movies, where you don't say hello or goodbye, you just start talking. I didn't have to tell you those barrels explode, but they do. Alright, you can also shoot the boxes until they open, which is how I go about my everyday life. The controls for switching weapons aren't too bad. You just scroll the mouse wheel. Yeah, infinite ammo for this gun. That gun has infinite ammo, but there's hold on. No. There we go. Yeah, but this gun is really weak compared to the others. But this is easy, so it probably won't end up being too much of a problem. Probably for most of the game we'll be able to use this, I would guess, since this is easy mode. I could be wrong. No? You can't use it for most of the game? Alright. It's actually much faster, and usually, I think, to use melee weapons. It becomes overshadowed by better weapons. Yeah, I'm sure it does, but I just thought the enemies were easy enough it wouldn't matter too much. Getting paid to fight fences. Yep, that's this game. You get paid for the strangest stuff. I keep hearing footsteps nearby. I can't place them. Did the killer really hold a grudge against this? Does seem like that might be the case. So, a fuse box. Now, where can we use that? I don't think we've encountered the thing we can put that in yet. Can't go through there because there's no power. You can just hack that off with a knife. Looks like the door wasn't locked, but there was a lock on it. Oh, one in here. This is a very scary game, as you can see. It's not... It's trying to come across as a horror game, and there are definitely moments in it where it's kind of creepy. Where it definitely is creepy, but the enemy encounters, since it's on easy, or right now anyway, they're kind of a joke. And I kind of like how completely nonchalant York looks during all of this. York just doesn't care. Oh. Oh, and another one. Let's just walk around like this. This looks incredibly awkward, and I love it. Oh, that didn't actually hurt us very much, which is good. It didn't hurt the enemies very... I mean, it only killed one of the enemies, though. Yeah, the game gets much better after this. Alright. Could kill that guy, but it doesn't seem like it's worth going out of my way right now. In fact, fighting these guys in general doesn't seem like it's really worth it. Might as well just rush through this and get to the good part. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh! Oh!
Now, who could that have been? Man in a red raincoat out of nowhere. I'm a little turned around. Is this where I came from? I'm not sure. No, you don't, girlfriend. Yeah. That is kind of the motion he did there. Oh, he actually acknowledges the red ivy before you ever see it.
Huh?
You would have already known about the red ivy. You already saw it. You already talked about it. I mean, you didn't see it. Lollipop. The answer to all of that was lollipop. That's what this means.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it. Yesterday morning, the milk I poured in my coffee made a sign. It said, "Tomorrow you'll arrive in a place that will change your fate."
I feel like I took a bit too long there. because we're not going to be able to see very much of the good part of this game if I don't continue. So I think I'll go ahead and save, but oh yes, it is Thursday. By the way, hello. But yeah, so here we are, almost at our destination. What does that sign look like? Oh yeah, I guess I ought to show off this sign, huh? This sign is pretty interesting. So according to York here, it says, the sign reads, "Welcome to Greenvale." That's exactly what that sign says, as you can see. Completely accurate there. It's just a bit off. Yes, oh, the sign was over here as well. I guess I could have just gone to that one and be a little closer. This game is Deadly Premonition. It got a PC version not too long ago, and that's what I'm playing. This is the director's cut version of the game. And as such, it has a lot of extra scenes that weren't in the original. And some other new things as well. You may notice that bar below my health meter is going up as I'm running. That is, I guess, stamina meter. If that fills all the way up, then we'll have to catch our breath, which slows us down considerably.
Now you were very late. I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
FBI Special Agent, Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York?
Good, that's good. Are you the sheriff?
No, I'm Deputy Sheriff Emily Wyatt. George, he's the sheriff. He went looking for you, actually. He should be back soon.
I see.
If you don't mind me asking, did you walk all the way here?
My car broke down, that's all.
And no river texture at all.
She's easy on the eyes. Definitely worth a trip to the primitive world.
By the way, don't mention anything about what happened back there. She'll think you're a psycho. Don't want that, do we, Zach?
Welcome to Greenvale. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Could you tell me why the FBI is so interested in a small-town homicide?
Let's just say it's a personal interest in killers of young women. I'm always looking for new sample cases to help me with my profiling.
Both our superiors have cleared this with each other. You can remain in command. You don't have a problem with this, do you?
No. No problem. Just want to set things straight. Our small town has its share of problems. I'm the one fixing them one by one and maintaining peace and order. You can have your profiling sample, but I need you to understand that.
Of course. Of course. By the way, George, I had a little accident with my car. Could you send someone to take care of it? Oh, and my clothes and luggage are still inside.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get my assistant Thomas to take care of it. Do you need anything else?
Thanks. That'll be all. Well then, I think I'll rest up first at the hotel. Then I'll join you on your investigation.
Don't know how to say that. We really don't need your help. Unlike some of your corrupt city police officers, I play it by the book. I hope you'll come to appreciate that, Agent Morgan. And we'll handle the investigation. You just think of this as a vacation. Take it easy. Enjoy the nature here. You don't have to be a tree worshiper to appreciate the wildlife here.
Zach, let's reassess the situation. There are no cavemen here. We're as far forward as the Middle Ages. And we've just met the king.
And so that was chapter 1. We fought some things, and that was pretty much. And we met some of the people in town, some of the police. Leanne, something you would really like to know about this game that will, I think, explain a lot. This game was made by Access Games, directed by Swery65, or Swery, I guess. Swery65 is the name of a bar in the game, just like a bar in another game. That, you know, there was a bar in another game that had Swery65. That game was Spy Fiction, and I guess you've already figured that out. So, that game had better voice acting? I disagree. It was about the same, I think. It was just as awkward, but in this game it works a lot better because this game is trying to be creepy. I'd say it's awkward in a good way in this, too.
Previously during the investigation.
These puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome to Greenwood. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it.
It's broken. I've been using that one for a long time.
Why didn't you get it repaired? This TV is important to you, right?
It's got some memories attached to it, sure. I used to watch movies on this thing with your grandma all the time.
Grandma liked movies?
Of course she did. Everyone loves movies, right?
I love movies too. I've never been to a movie theater though.
Alright. So we're back in this place, for some reason. Sugar donuts. So we can take food out of these places for some reason, and they actually appear in our inventory later. I'm not sure I would want to eat anything from here. Angel Isaac. Thing about the trading cards is they contain spoilers. Oh, there's the TV. That's interesting. The TV fell over. Huh. Little correlation to that other thing, to whatever the framing device is. Got a little bit of texture clipping there. Shame on you. Not texture clipping. You can't clip textures, can you? I don't know what to call that then. A little bit of clipping of some kind. Alright, so this area is much bigger this time. It's not just the one, area. Alright, good night, Pixel.
York! York!
Don't breathe. Hold your breath. They can't see you if you hold your breath. Hurry. Like this. Cover your mouth.
No, you have to just keep holding the button down, I'm pretty sure. Now, I don't remember if this ever really becomes that useful. I think it does a little bit later, but now if I were to stop holding my breath, I'd get a game over here, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't let you get past here unless you hold down, unless you learn how to hold down the left control for a really long time. And that thing is so close to noticing us, it seems like.
Who are you?
The answer was that he's a can of pickles, as you can see.
Zach, the symbolism in my dreams continues to intensify. A forest of red trees, a carpet with red leaves, a strange doll, and twin angels.
But that child is what bothers me the most. I swear I've seen him before. I just can't remember where. Well, it'll probably come back to me eventually. For now, we need coffee.
So
Let's head to the cafeteria, Zach. I hope they have some real coffee. I really need some coffee.
Yep,
Then we
York-
can head to the sheriff's office.
York loves his
There's
coffee.
a proper procedure for everything, right, Zach?
That's right. And the proper procedure, I think, is to equip our espresso suit, which has a lovely bow tie. I didn't even notice that. Apparently, it also increases our tolerance to hunger and tiredness. Alright. The bow tie just makes it look kind of odd. What are these photos we got over here? Just lots of pretty stuff, I guess. And we've still got the mirrors that show everything at a much lower resolution. We gotta run at that door, and then we can push our way through it. We can shave. In the Xbox version, there were leaderboards for shaving. I don't... How do you get on the leaderboards for shaving? You shave more than anyone else in the world. You also get paid for shaving. I wish I could get paid for shaving. You can also go in here. It's got kind of the walled-off toilet area with a sink in the walled-off area for some reason. Can't do anything in here, though. It's just kind of there. Do you get paid for showering? You can't shower. That sounds really weird, but you can't. You can observe it, though. Taking a shower might clear up our thoughts. So we can just shove our way through these doors, which is nice. That's the thing, if you run up to a door and open it while you're mid-run, that's what York will do. He won't do that. He won't do that if you're walking, though, or if you're not moving. So, nah, I'm done with that. Let's see what's in this. What's in the sparkling? Coffee black or coffee with milk? Wow, getting it without milk is actually a lot more expensive. That's interesting. But yeah, we can just get coffee. Coffee vending machine. Yeah, there are coffee vending machines. They just don't look like that. They wouldn't come out of the bottom. But yeah, so yeah, coffee vending machines do exist, but they don't look like that. I've had one at work at various places I've worked, but anyway, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to trying to figure out what York is gonna eat for breakfast today, to deal with the hunger. And so lollipops, I think, are the way to go when you get hungry in the morning for breakfast. Makes a great breakfast. Also pickles. Although we do actually have a sugar donut as well. Alright, so let's go and get some other coffee, because York needs coffee and that one doesn't count.
Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Your breakfast is ready for you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Polly Oxford. Just Polly is fine.
Well then. Thank you, Polly. I'm starving.
Is everything all right, Mr. Morgan?
Yes, it's delicious, Polly. My compliments to the chef.
I'm hoping my cooking will bring back repeat guests. Honestly, though, it's been a while since anyone has stayed here.
I couldn't help but notice. Aside from you and me, there seems to be no other guests or workers around.
What's that? The salt's in that white shaker there.
Thank you. I was wondering if there were any other guests or workers here.
Oh, no one else. My husband and I used to run this place, but he's in heaven now.
You've been working here alone since then. Must be hard by yourself.
Oh my, we're all out of pepper. I'm very sorry.
It must be difficult to run a hotel by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose. I could just live on my pension, but I have to admit, running a hotel is kind of like a hobby of mine.
That's nice. Polly, it might help to hear you better if you could sit a little closer.
Oh my, Mr. Morgan, you're embarrassing me. So early in the day, too. I think I'm a little too old for you. And I still love my departed husband. May God rest his soul. I appreciate the invitation, but I'm fine over here.
Polly,
I can hardly hear you from all the way over there.
You're exaggerating. This is fine. It won't do to be all clumped together with such a large table and cafeteria. We have to make use of all this space. Now tell me, that wound on your face, what happened?
Let's just say I had some trouble during the last case I was working on. I'm sure it'll heal. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh my, well, there's no need to be the tough guy here. I want you to be able to relax here. I've prepared a special room for you. A famous rock star once stayed in the same room, you know.
Really? I feel honored.
If you need anything at all, just let me know. I'll help you out in any way I can.
Zach, the lady is offering to help. Do you want to ask her about the town?
Say, Polly, what can you tell me about this town?
Well, let me see. You might know this already, but the town is called Greenvale. It rains here quite often, but it's a nice place, surrounded with nature. It was a big and prospering lumber town until not so long ago. We used to have a population of over 6,000 people. Less than a tenth of them left now. This hotel was built back then. We saw plenty of guests in those days.
That's why this place is so big for such a small community.
I have so many fond memories from back then. I suppose the clock on the community center is quite famous too.
Clock?
Oh yes, it's lovely. It rings in the morning and at night to let the whole town know the time. You'll hear it many times during your stay. It's a beautiful sound. And you'll love it too, I think.
I look forward to hearing it then.
Anything else you'd like to know about?
Yes, actually, Polly. Could you tell me about the shops around here?
Shops? Well, there aren't many. It is a small town, after all. You can do most of your shopping at the Milk Barn convenience store. The couple who run it are a unique pair. I'm sure you'll get to like them. The A&G Diner is a great place to eat. They might be open even if my kitchen is closed. If you want to go to a bar, there are two. The Galaxy of Terror and the Sweary 65. I don't care much for either of them. Bars are for the younger folk. We also have a gas stand, of course, the art gallery, and even a gunsmith. You should be able to find what you need.
Thank you, Polly.
Well, Mr. Morgan, I'd better start cleaning up. You just take it easy. I'll bring your coffee out in a moment.
Thank you, Polly. I have to warn you, though, I am very particular about my coffee. The very best you have, please.
I understand. I'll be right back with it.
York is very serious about his coffee. No, don't pour so much.
Did you see that, Zach? Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.K. in the coffee. I knew I could count on it. Never fails.
Now then, let's get going.
Clear as a crisp spring morning. F.U. in the cup. Oh, wait. There was actually a parody that somebody actually sent to Sweary, and he liked it. That was somebody doing pretty much the same thing, but it was F.U. in the coffee. Oh, and we get, there's a new, a thing that you can't get anywhere else, I'm pretty sure. It's just here. That is, we can have some fantastic coffee and find out our fortune for the day.
There's always trouble heading my way in this job. But I'm always up for a little excitement, too.
Oh, we can have the same again. Do it again.
There's no theme park in this town, though. All that good luck is just slipping away. But I think I'll have a thrilling enough time right here anyway.
These actually don't have any purpose other than just listening to what York thinks about and just seeing what the forecast is for today, which it doesn't mean anything at all. Trouble upcoming, but you'll have fun. Yeah, sounds about right. Oh, there is something up here that's really interesting. History of Greenvale Industry. This is just an extra thing that you never have to come up here at all. A lot of unique stuff you won't see anywhere else in the game. Deer hunters score points according to the number of antlers on their prey. If all the culprits we brought in had antlers, what would be our score by now? I guess that does... I can't quite make that out. Make out what that says. Well, that has something to do with pigs. I'm not sure why you would have that. Take the day off for hunting. But yeah, it's just lots of stuff about hunting and that kind of thing. Could homicides be helping us keep our own numbers in check? Going down a dark path there. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time up here, but that is more or less what this is about. Deer hunters don't shoot the does. That is interesting. Do not shoot females. Males are scored according to the number of their antlers. Anyway, that's all, yeah. When he talks to Zach, and we have a chance to respond, we have to hit E to respond. He always asks us, so presumably the viewer or the player is Zach? I don't know. The sound is really odd in the PC version of the game because the text has been sped up by a lot for some reason. The text scrolling was a lot slower in the Xbox version. Alright, so we can also buy stuff from Polly. And I'm not going to do the fishing if I can avoid it. But, yeah, I think we're good. R, as you go back. Okay. We also get paid for checking the weather. We get paid for a lot of things in this game. A lot of very strange things. That was the first day of investigation. We can actually fish, but I really don't like it. That minigame does not look fun. I haven't done it yet. I haven't played this at all, actually.
A police car. So we have King George to thank for preparing a car for me. A pleasant surprise, eh, Zach? Let's take it for a spin. I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood, and nobody stole the car. Values. This town has what the country needs. Values. Let's head over to the sheriff's department.
He just sounds insane. Well, that isn't a thing that I would have noticed as well, or that I did notice as well. It's odd that you can just have the keys on the hood, but... So look at these controls. Don't these look amazing? For headlights, we can control our headlights, whatever side brake is. We can talk. Apparently, we can signal right and signal left. Wipers on. Honk. Boost. Apparently. Okay. We can... Yeah, we have a lot of things we can do. But we have the master key. And a flare. So, we can look around while we're in the car, which makes driving a little odd. Let's see, it was... Oops. I guess we got out of the car. That was the wrong button.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's file at the sheriff's office, but if you want to act on a hunch, then I'm with you.
Let's see, what was it? We can turn on our signal there. Honk our horn with that. I'm trying to remember what the wipers were, actually. Okay. Alright. Why is this going so slow? There's something wrong.
So, Zach, about those bonus features in DVDs nowadays. You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material. Even if they do, it's a trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad. Well, that visual quality is a good reminder of those days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. There weren't that many to choose from back then. I remember renting some really bad ones after reading those back cover taglines. Hey, remember? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Filmed in 1978. Produced, directed, written, and edited by John DeBello. It was really awful, but for some reason I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in '95. The 87-minute-long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes. But that was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never have a chance to see it. I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together. I bet we can buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
I must have gone the wrong way. I don't know my way around the town at all, and the only indicator we really get of where we're supposed to go is that. Now, I could look at the map. Oh, that's new. Never mind. That's a bit more useful. Yeah, this is more or less, yeah, that's pretty much the same as my commute to work every day. So this is pretty accurate to life, you know. This is pretty much how it goes. I really want to figure out how to turn on the wipers, but I can't remember. There's some weird button that's kind of not a good button. Oh, I think it was that way. Oh, it's page up. Okay. Now the reason I'm using my what the reason I'm using my oh boy, I can't see a thing. That's better, I guess. No, not really. Oh boy. Whoa, whoa. What was it? To do the side turn now. I don't, or the side brake. Oh, it's true to life because he drove with a laptop in his lap and his cell in his ear. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, so this is about the way it's supposed to be, I think. Oh, wow. That makes it a lot easier to figure out where I'm supposed to go, at least. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Make the turn here. Oh no. Oh, I thought I was stuck.
That's one fine building for such a small town. The exterior woodwork is spectacular. Don't you agree, Zach?
Pleasure to meet you, Agent Morgan. We've been expecting you. I'm Thomas McLean, the sheriff's assistant.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please just call me York. It's what everyone else calls me.
Very well then, Agent York.
I believe I owe you a thank you for retrieving my belongings from my car. Thanks.
Oh, no, just doing my job. Well, I want to help do everything I can to help the investigation. I just can't believe Anna was murdered. She was such a bright and lovely girl.
Did you know her well?
Well, no, not really. But it's a very small town. I'm sorry. It's just that this is the first really big case I've ever seen.
I understand. Just try to relax. Can I have a look at Anna's file now?
Yes, of course. The sheriff told me to let you through to the meeting room, but I've lost the key to the cabinet where the files are. Why don't you take a look around while I go look for it?
Okay. Let me know when things are ready.
Zach, Thomas appears to be the kind and sensitive type, totally at odds with the monarch. Almost a good setting for a cartoon.
Alright, well, I guess I'll find this key at least, or go look around for it anyway. Since I want to move on to Metal Gear Solid, but it would be good, I think, to go ahead and get past this part. I still don't know if I'm gonna continue playing this on the stream, or if I'm just gonna do this as kind of a quick look, at this game on the stream, and then I'll do something else next week. It's kind of what I want to do, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Not in any of those. I thought it would be. Unless I just missed it, which is possible. Oh, well, we ought to talk to Thomas anyway. I think we have to first. Okay, It has a southern flying squirrel. It's good to know. But how many keys could there be, really? Just slowly open that door. A pointy-tailed flying squirrel of some kind? Maybe this is it. It's a flying squirrel, right? Okay.
You found the key.
I think so. Is this it?
You don't know your squirrels, do you? This isn't the right key holder. This is a Siberian flying squirrel. It's closer to a land-based squirrel. The Siberian flying squirrel is larger than the southern flying squirrel and has a standing tail while the southern has a hanging tail. But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
You sure do know a lot about squirrels.
So, there are multiple flying squirrel keys. We're looking for a southern flying squirrel. So he has a flying squirrel-based key filing system, which is pretty crazy, I gotta say. Smashing boxes at the police department. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, got some bullets. We don't have any guns that actually use bullets. We have a gun that doesn't use bullets. And that is the FBI custom. We can do some target practice here. Item acquired. If we shoot something enough, we get more bullets, or we get progressively better stuff as we go down the line. Striped squirrel key. These get progressively harder. It gets progressively harder to score points as you go further to the left. And you get better items as well. But I am terrible at this shooting. I'm terrible at this. Man, I don't know. What? Okay. What is going on? Why can't I move? Something is wrong. Oh. Fingers on the wrong keys. I was turning on and off my flashlight. Well, I'm using a mouse, is the thing. This person has nothing to do with the investigation, therefore they are completely uninteresting, and we don't have to interact with them at all, and we really, But you know what? They're probably going to help us on the investigation, right? So we need to test their abilities. First, their eyesight, and then their ability to dodge bullets. There we go. Job well done, I think. Doing our duty as an FBI, you know, an FBI agent. You know, gotta make sure everybody is on their toes here. Okay, is it even in use? No. Okay. So let's see what we can find here. There are beds. Oh. Slowly open this door. Oh, and there's a flying squirrel key in here as well. Huh. Let's just go in here. I'm sure there's no problem with going in here. Look alive, prisoner. Gotta keep them on their toes too. Huh. Huh. Just because I'm way over here doesn't mean you don't have to be. Yes, it does. Never mind. I am embarrassed. So we're going around everywhere looking for squirrel keys. Oh, hey, George. How's it going? Wow. You get a mid-door opening animation and you can't do anything. Let's try this again. There we go. Your dodging skills are top-notch. Good job, George. No, no. Looking good, as always. That's what we come into George's office for, just to look at ourselves.
George, do you work out every day?
Of course, Agent Morgan. Exercise keeps me healthy. I haven't missed a day since I started in high school.
Now that's impressive. Remind me to get more exercise, Zach.
But I can't do my full routine today without Arnold. I haven't seen Arnold around since yesterday.
Arnold.
He's a training buddy of mine. His partner Sylvester misses him too. If you see Arnold around, let me know, will ya? Can't finish my workout menu without him.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for him.
If you talk to him when he's not sitting at his desk, he does squats as well as lifting, I'm pretty sure. He's lost his beloved Arnold somewhere in the sheriff's office. Can't train without him. Okay, so you can always read up on your missions. Where did where did Sylvester go? Oh, Emily. Let's test her reflexes. Oh, I need the... Reflexes are terrible. I always get them while they're walking through a door.
Hi.
If only you knew. But, oh, there's also the kitchen room. Where we can shave right on top of that food. I'm sure that's extremely sanitary. Yep. I'm sure there are no complaints and no problems with the FDA or anything with this. Just shave right over that food. We can also just check out the fridge, and the only thing in there is a turkey sandwich. But where is it? It's a card. It's not a real turkey sandwich. Somebody put a trading card of a turkey sandwich in the refrigerator as the only thing in there. Oh, there's a dumbbell. It says Arnold on it. Maybe that's the name of the owner. Yes, that's I'm sure that's what it is.
We've found Arnold. Let's get him back to George. I guess it's a cute name for a dumbbell.
It just already says that. Yeah, I guess the FDA won't care since it's just the police, but they're not selling food. But even so, and I'm sure that's completely sanitary, and that the policemen in this station will just be appreciative of our clean shave. Dumb name for a dumbbell. Yep. So this game probably doesn't seem like it right now, but it's kind of an open world game. It doesn't really, it isn't as overt about it as a lot of other games. But you can go on side quests for just various other characters. And what we're doing right now is the main quest. The dumbbell is a side quest.
You found the key.
I hope this is the right one.
You found a Siberian chipmunk this time, have you? Sorry, wrong key.
A Siberian chipmunk?
This species lives in northern Japan on the island of Hokkaido. They're actually quite a popular pet.
So it isn't even a squirrel.
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
But not in Siberia. That is an interesting thing that I didn't think of.
You found the key.
Is this the one you were looking for?
No. This is a gray squirrel. Sorry, that's not the key. Nothing particularly special about the gray squirrel, I'm afraid. You can find them in the US, Canada, and in England, too.
A gray squirrel. What was I thinking?
But we're looking for a southern flying squirrel right now.
How many of these keys are there? I only have one left. Aside from the master key, which I know is not what he wants.
You found the key.
That's the right one?
Yes, a southern flying squirrel. Thank you so much. I'll bring the files right in, so please go to the meeting room.
Oh, we don't get a lesson on southern flying squirrels?
I'll be waiting for you. Well, Zach, we just got here, and we've cracked a big case already.
The victim's name was Anna Graham. Age 18, she just recently graduated from high school this year. Her dream was to move out to the city and become a model. But for the time being, she was working in the A&G diner here in town. She lived with her mother, Sally. Anna's father died in an accident in the lumber mill when she was a child. Her mother is unemployed and lives on the insurance money from her husband's accident. After all, it's a small town with a low cost of living. Financially, they seem to get by fine, and they led normal lives.
A normal life is exactly what a curious teenager doesn't want. It's all starting to make sense, Zach.
City folk, huh? No, I take that back. All of them can't be as bad as him, and some should have better manners.
Huh. This is a good biscuit. I've never tasted a biscuit this delicious. Where in town can I get these?
Well, actually, I I baked them myself.
That's amazing. What are you doing in law enforcement? I'm very particular about biscuits, I'll have you know. The balance of milk and butter you've achieved here. Oh, my.
Agent Morgan, the autopsy's ready. You are welcome to accompany me to the Greenvale General Hospital. Emily, you come too. Thomas, stay here and tidy up these files.
Yes, sir.
We're going to use the car outside. Let's get going. You might think this is just a small-town police investigation, but our inspections are thorough and solid. I'm hoping you won't slow us down.
But York is just completely fascinated by that biscuit and is not paying attention at all. But yeah, so this was just kind of a look at Deadly Premonition. That doesn't really show off, haven't really shown off much. Actually, there might be a bit more cutscene now that I think about it. So, I'll see if there's any more potato. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play this again next week. Oh.
The Greenvale General Hospital is down the road by the lake. It's too far to walk. Come on, get in the car.
If I'm riding in a car, George, I prefer to be the driver. Can you provide a car for me?
What are you talking about? You don't even know how to get there.
Which is another good reason for me to drive, George. I need to learn my way around town.
Oh, man. Very well. Then I'll ride with you. I want to keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
Just one thing, Agent Morgan. Your involvement in this case is limited. That means you don't have to learn your way around town.
George, we'd better get moving. The hospital closes at 2100.
I forgot about this. Yes, you do actually have to drive to the hospital. I kind of want to do that just because that's going to be so ridiculous. I kind of want to show... Oh. By the way, magic, that rain is happening. That rain the news said wasn't going to happen is happening. And also, magical FBI rain poncho just appeared out of nowhere. Okay, you know what? Let's do this, and then maybe that'll be it? I don't know. We'll start in the hospital next time, I guess.
Agent Morgan, get us there quickly, but drive within the speed limit.
Of
Just
course.
because you have a badge doesn't mean you can drive like a maniac.
George, what are you, his mother?
We just need to get the autopsy results.
Agent York isn't accustomed to the town yet. Give him a little slack. Well then, Agent York, let's get going.
Sure, sounds good.
Alright. And the wipers are appropriate now. And we can see they kind of wipe away the dots a little bit. And, there we go. Yep, we're just gonna drive within the speed limit here.
Agent Morgan, I can't help noticing you prefer to work alone.
Most of the time, yes.
Don't you get lonely, flying all over the country alone?
I must say I've never felt lonely.
Are you married?
Unfortunately, relationships and I are fleeting strangers. I don't get on very well with women, you might be surprised to hear.
That's because you're young. You notice things like that at my age. You have to treat women carefully, like a thin crystal wine glass. If you don't, they can cut scars on your face, just like yours, right?
George, is this an interrogation? I see you're a seasoned professional. But let's not talk about my scar. It was caused by a problematic woman.
Well, she got you good. Terribly good.
It'll fade away, and nobody will notice it in a week.
A week? It's not that light of a wound.
So, Emily, tell me, is there really a need for a full-time sheriff in a small town like this?
I'm sure it is small to your city eyes, but any gathering of people leads to all kinds of problems. Fights, runaways, stray pets.
You're too fixated on violent crimes. Our job is to guide the people along the correct path, first and foremost. Now, that's what I consider to be my duty as the Sheriff of Greenvale.
Zach, there he is. The monarch, in all his glory. Kind of makes me glad that I wasn't born here.
Did you say something, Agent Morgan?
No, nothing, George. I was just reflecting on a little history.
Well, we're in the middle of a homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
Okay, which right now is driving.
Yep, we were really focusing on that driving. Yep. Now the thing is, you can't actually leave them behind and just go to the hospital by yourself. And you actually get a different cutscene when you get there. I'm not going to show that off. Super Great Friend did a really amazing Let's Play of this, and I don't want to... I really just want to say, hey, go watch that, because it's amazing, and you should watch that. Also notice that our heartbeat meter is actually climbing as we're driving around with the siren on. And that will do the same thing. Oops. I apparently left the town just now. I didn't mean to do that. I don't actually know which way I'm facing right now. Alright. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know my way around this town at all. I'm trying to find that, where that marker is, but...
Well, we're in the middle of a homicide investigation. Keep your mind on the matter at hand.
He's right, Agent York. You still don't know your way around. Concentrate on driving us to the hospital.
That's what I'm doing. I mean, what did you think I was doing? I mean, I tried to leave town, but I didn't actually mean to do that. Is there something wrong with my driving skills, or are you trying to say something here? So I think my driving skills are, as you've seen, my driving skills are exceptional. Why is my turn signal on? Because I turned it on, because I'm turning right. Obviously. I mean... Alright, we're at the hospital now. Just gotta find the perfect parking space. Right here. No, I better not do that, actually, because that'll probably count as leaving them behind. I don't want to do that.
That's a pretty big hospital. I guess they wanted to be ready for town-wide food poisoning?
No, it's another leftover from the town's prosperous slumber days. Hard to imagine now, though, isn't it?
My mother always talked about how energetic this town used to be. Almost like a gold rush, she used to say.
Impressive.
But the hotter the fever, the faster it cools. And so now there's hardly anyone left to use this place.
It pains me to watch my hometown lose so many citizens. Beyond your understanding, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sorry to say that it is.
Indeed. And that's why this case is our problem. There really isn't any need for you to get too involved.
Hello, Sheriff.
Hi there, Fiona. We're here to see Usha. Do you know where he is?
I think Dr. Johnson is in the computer room.
A computer room? In a hospital?
Nice to meet you, Mr. FBI agent. The computer room is where our employees share a computer.
Very nice to meet you, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. But how did you know I was FBI?
Easy. None of the police in this town wear cologne.
Besides, that scar on your face is the biggest rumor in town.
Rumors get exaggerated as they spread, even in the countryside.
What's that you're reading, if I may ask?
You haven't heard of this yet? It's a recent bestseller mystery. It's set in the U.S., a small traditional North American town close to the Canadian border. A peaceful, traditional place. However, that peaceful town is shattered by a terrible crime, the murder of a local girl.
And that incident causes grief and sadness to everyone in town. But everyone feels the seditious, heinous evil still lurking, alive. Yes, much like the situation right now here in Greenvale.
Fiona, don't say that.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. With Anna dead and all.
Don't worry. Books are written to entertain, and it's good you're enjoying it. What we're faced with here is a terrible crime committed in a real world. Much different from that of a novel. So there's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Agent York.
I love when they say things like that in video games. Because yeah, this is taking place in the real world. Look at this. This is real. What does that say? Oh, treatment in hospital. Alright. 27. Alright. It's temperature thing. I can't read hardly any of that. Greenvale Hospital, 2 words. Chess pieces. Rook area. Yeah, these are all different areas. Was that thermometer using Celsius? Wait a minute. Was it? It doesn't say. I guess? Yeah, that would be really weird. They would use Fahrenheit in the US hospital. But yeah, you can just kind of explore this area. This guy, you can't talk to. No relation to the case. He looks kind of pale and sickly, but I guess this is a hospital. We can check the weather. Clouds the whole day. We got money for it. Alright. So, I was gonna stream Metal Gear Solid, but I feel like it's too late to do that now. I hate to skip it, but it's almost 11. And this game is something I just bought that is something amazing, and I really had to show it off. Love your eyes. Like your eyes. Wahaha. Registration and fill. Room 8. Therapeutic C what? Blood syringe collection. X-ray room. Hello Kitty. Chest X-ray. Fa my girl. Alt numpad 7 moves to the home page. Oh, I see you're talking about something else, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah. In your browser. medicament storage. So I guess we got to go to the medicament storage. Hickey storage. Hickey storage sounds like a great place to go. It's just the place where they store hickeys, I guess. There's also the dead house. Alright. I don't actually know where I'm going here. That's as zoomed out as it gets. Wow. Better not get those mixed up. Oh, Dead House and Sleep Lab. Yeah, better not get those mixed up. So I guess where I want to go is to that key, maybe? Is that where I want to go? I don't know. No. There we go. That's the button I was looking for. This one's locked. This room is in use. Alright, oh, it's this way. Yeah, the one with the red glowy things.
We couldn't find him.
Fiona needs to check her information.
No, I don't think so. Does the doctor like playing games by any chance?
What do you mean?
There's a message on the computer, and a card key already set in place. The king passes the rook and meets the bishop. The knight takes a pawn along for the queen.
What does that all mean?
It's a simple puzzle.
Zach, let's take him up on his challenge. You can do this, right?
I can do this, but I think... Oh. It's just gonna put me right into it. So, the king passes the rook and meets the bishop. And the knight takes a pawn to the queen. It seriously is just that simple.
The doctor awaits below with the deceased.
Another code? But there's nowhere to insert a password.
More games. I'm going to get Fiona to call Usha up here right now.
No need, George. The message appeared with the card key. It's telling us where to use it.
This is not the time to be joking around, Agent Morgan.
Dr. Usha is below with the deceased. With Anna. Below being underground, I take it. Simple. Simple.
Then it's time to meet the mischievous architect of this little game.
Nah.
Alright, so I guess we gotta go to the dead house. The dead house, then. We just carefully open that door. This music is called FBI Special Agent. And the reason I'm still going with this is because there is actually something coming up really soon that's really cool, and I want to get to it. It's still got quite a bit left to go before I get to a good stopping point, but maybe I'll do some MGS after this. I might not do a full hour, I probably will, but we'll see. I don't want to stay up too late because I have to work tomorrow, and I'm already very sleep deprived. I just realized that I think it's pointing downstairs. I don't know how to go downstairs. The morgue? No, I mean the dead house. Morgue, what's that? There were no signs that said where the morgue was. There were just signs that said where the dead house was. Alright, it looks like there are stairs here. Where? I got kind of turned around. Okay. Over this way. So we can just kind of push these things around. It's kind of fun. Since we solved that puzzle, we can go right in. So, welcome to the dead house. Anna? No, that's not Anna. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Can't go in there, it's locked. I don't think it is. I think she is over here where the red glowies are.
Usha, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, you made it. Let's get started, shall we?
This is Agent Morgan from the FBI.
Nice to meet you. I'm Usha Johnson, the doctor in this hospital.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. Everyone calls me that.
Very well, Agent York.
Are you a forensic practitioner?
Let's just say I've dealt with corpses before.
That battle of wits, by the way. Did you create that yourself?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see if our FBI agent could handle the task.
I see. Well, it was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
We don't have much time. We need those autopsy results.
Next time, try challenging us without obstructing an investigation. You've angered the monarch.
From the onset of rigor mortis, the stiffening of the muscles, the time of death is estimated to be between 20 and 2200 hours. That's still quite early for such a crime to take place. Note that there are 2 exterior wounds, pressure marks around the neck, and a long cut running from chest to abdomen. Blood marks on her right hand tell us she was gripping something round in her right hand. Her skull is also fractured, but that is unrelated to the cause of death. It probably happened to her after she was killed. Now, I first thought death by suffocation, due to the marks on her neck. But after further investigation, I now have a different conclusion. The direct cause of death was loss of blood from the wound.
Which means...
She was cut up while she was still alive.
Yes, a sharp knife was used. It was inserted beneath the sternum and then quickly sliced downwards. The excessive loss of blood from her internal organs is what actually killed her. Her nails are clean, and with no skin cells from the attacker. She also doesn't appear to have been bound nor badly beaten. She was apparently killed without resistance. The most tragic thing, however, was that she was unable to speak her story to anyone who could hear her cries.
The perpetrator cut out Anna's tongue.
Well, I believe she was drugged first to phase her consciousness, and then the killer killed her. Now, the killer most likely has a deep, traumatized past concerning women. He probably cannot converse with them normally. Cutting out the tongue suggests a very lonely individual. Either that or a truly hardcore sadist. He must get off on watching women suffer, especially when they can't answer back. Now, he watched as the blood pumped from her body, as she gradually grew cold. A case in Seattle in 1985 was much like...
Usha, please, limit your report to your findings as a doctor. Criminal profiling is my job. You're wrong, also. Anna died fully, deeply, painfully aware of what was happening to her.
But,
Tell me, what time did it stop raining on the night Anna was killed?
Just before I went to bed, right after the movie on TV ended, so around 1 a.m.
What movie was it?
An American Werewolf in London.
Directed by John Landis, 1981. So the rain stopped, accompanied by the ending song, Blue Moon. George, would you mind if I examined Anna myself?
What more do you hope to find?
I'm sure I mentioned that I have a personal interest in cases like these.
And so there's Usha poking at his head. This is clearly what we need to be looking at right now. She was holding something, as we saw. Relief shaped like a peace mark.
From her lack of resistance, I'd say that Anna's injuries happened very quickly. Unable to speak, she was then left to cry herself to death.
Zach, it's all starting to come together.
The perpetrator stayed with her for at least 2 hours until it stopped raining. At the estimated time of her death, it was still raining, but you can still see tear marks on her cheeks. That means she was killed under a roof somewhere. She was then carried into the woods after it stopped raining.
There's one other thing. Her tongue was removed with a very blunt knife. In fact, it's more likely it was simply chopped off.
Usha, are you a passionate man?
Well, not particularly, but I am man enough should the moment call for it.
George, how about you?
I'm very passionate, yes. Especially when it comes to women. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
George, the perpetrator is just like you. He's passionate about women. He's a passionate kisser. This was a kiss of death.
The perpetrator bit off Anna's tongue.
We'll never get a dental print from a wound like this. But this is still a big lead.
Jackpot, Zach. A shame, but our old-time all-American sightseeing tour just came to an end.
This case is now under the jurisdiction of the FBI. I'm assuming command. I'll need you to assist me in the investigation.
What in the hell do you mean, Agent Morgan? I know I said I was passionate, but you can't think I did this.
That's not why I'm assuming command, George. You're a suspect just as much as every other passionate man on Earth. Let me show you something. There you go. Amazing, huh? I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but most of the details are top secret. George, Emily, we should be going. No need to stay here any longer.
Okay. I have to sign the release. Just give me a moment.
Very well. I'll go on ahead. I can't take it any longer down here. Bishop takes queen. His rook takes your queen. Then your knight takes rook. And checkmate.
Huh?
My first victory in the Grandmaster ranking.
So we got to see York be the really awesome FBI agent there. Just doing everything better than everyone.
Zach, they're here.
And we're back in the other world kind of place thing. But that's enough Deadly Premonition for now, I think. I'm not really sure how to save, but yeah, come to think of it, is there a way to save? Can I just save here and come back? Did it already save? I don't know. All your progress that has not been saved will be lost. Well, now I've turned autosave on. It wasn't on by default. The autosave was turned off by default. So I've got to get to the next save, I guess. Oh yeah, it saves at phones. Okay, here it is. That's right. I forgot about that. Extra for Daily Reporter. Anyway. So that's Deadly Premonition. I hope you enjoyed it. There's the clock going nuts. We might do this next week. I'm not really sure. I haven't decided. I'll have to talk to people and see what you guys want to do. I have a bunch more games I want to play, but that I kind of want to show off. But you know, another one being Fable. I just really think that would be an interesting thing to stream. I got a couple of other games as well that I think would be fun. But I guess we'll get to that later. For now, I guess that's it for Deadly Premonition. I guess I'll play a little bit of Metal Gear Solid since I really want to progress in that and get a little bit further in that. So I'll be back in just a little bit with some Metal Gear Solid. So see you then.